Okay. L'chaim. One of the biggest ironies every year is that Nissan comes in just as we finish Sefer Shmos. Isn't that crazy? Now the Chodesh HaGeula comes in. No, Muki, Bakasha. And Maklit. No. Hey.
Hi, Donald Trump with the Republican Party.
Okay, yes, that comes later. Anyway, we're on. The recording is on, gentlemen and ladies. But first,
pause it and start again.
No, we're not doing that because you never look back. That's what Lot's wife did. You never look back, right? You only look forward. L'chaim. So again, the biggest irony every year is that we start, Nissan, Chodesh Nissan comes in as he starts Sefer Vayikra. That's crazy, The Chodesh HaGeula comes in just after we finish Sefer HaGeula. Right? And that's something Ra'ui Lizbonen in the significance of that. Right? Parshas HaChodesh is always Vayakol Pekudei, and it's when we're Mevorach Rosh Chodesh. Nissan comes in, we're in Sefer Vayikra. Wouldn't have been better if it worked out that we'd be starting Sefer Shmos in Chodesh Nissan? And that way you'd be reading, 2 weeks in, Shmos there would be reading about Gulas Mitzrayim, just as Pesach comes in. It's like Ra'ui Lizbonen. Right? Mm-hmm. So now, the Pasuk comes up, Vayikra Moshe. So Rashi says, the Kol HaTzivuyim, everything, Korah, Kriya. Of course, we used to always call to Moshe before speaking to him. Right? And it's a Kriya, Vayikra, Loshen Chiba, Loshen Shemalchi Hashos Mishtamshim Bo, Shnema V'Korah Ze'ozeh. There's a Loshen that shows love, and it's also, the Malachim also do Kriya, V'Korah Ze'ozeh. So what's the kesher to Malachim? But also there's another question over here. This means the Chol HaTzivuyim Kadma Kriya, that means also in Sefer Shmos it was that way. Right? Mm-hmm. In Sefer Shmos also. So why are we first being taught now in Sefer Vayikra that whenever HaKadosh Baruch Hu spoke to Moshe, he first called out to him, that was mistama always true. Right? Chol HaTzivuyim Kadma Kriya. HaKadosh first called to him, Vayikra Moshe, and then Vayidaber Hashem Elo. Right? So it must be, again, I have to understand this. Say that it was always true, but this lesson belongs to Sefer Vayikra, even though it was mistama always true. The Chol HaTzivuyim Kadma Kriya, HaKadosh was always called Moshe, before he would actually start saying whatever he wants to say to him. All right. You're smiling. Something's on your mind.
I have to think about it.
Okay. Good, sir. So there's a Medrash Rabbah in Parshas Bereshis on the 5 times that it says Or by Brias Or. Rokim Yehi Or, Vayihi Or, Vayalkim Es Or Kitov, V'avdo Kim Ben Or V'choshech, Vayikra Kim L'Or Yom. 5 times it says Or by the Parsha Brias Or. Right? So Chazal Darshan, it's connected to Chamisha Chumshei Torah. Yehi Or is Sefer Bereshis. Ba Yehi Or is Sefer Shmos Shiyotzu Me'afel L'Or. Vayalkim Es Or Kitov, that's Sefer Vayikra, Torah's Kohanim. Sheish Bo Halachos Merubos. Right? So now then it goes on to explain that Va'avzi Be'kor Choshech is, right. Vayalkim, right, very good. Shlishi. Vayalkim is very excellent. Sweet, right on. Vayalkim is Kitov is Sefer Vayikra. And then Vayalkim Ben Or Ben HaChoshech is Sefer Bamidbar Shebo Hivdil Ben Dor Yotzei Mitzrayim Ben Dor Ve'aretz. Vayikra Kim L'Or Yom is Sefer Dvarim. Okay, Sheish Bo Halachos Merubos. Right, but what interests us obviously is that Vayalkim is Or Kitov is connected Sefer Vayikra. Right? So now what's shot in Vayalkim is Or Kitov? Some Poshim Shan Posuk. All right, God didn't know that the light would turn out good. He's God. He knows everything. Right? So he's perfect. Yala Adasta HaKadosh Baruch Hu would think that the Or wouldn't come out good. That he's surprised that the Or came out good. Right? So there's 2 pshatim on the Pashra Vayalkim is Or Kitov. There's the Rambam and the Ramban. Right? So the Rambam says that, Vayikra is Or Kitov, the Pshat is, not that it came out good, but Pshat is that the Or goes Behetem L'Ratzono Yisborach. That the Or functions lefi what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. That's what it means, the Or is good. Not that it came out good, but the Pshat is that it functions lefi what HaKadosh Baruch Hu intended. Right? It's Paul lefi Ratzono. And that's called to do the Tov. To do the Tov is what Behetem L'Ratzon. Tov is what Ratzon Hashem, that the Or functions and performs the function that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants it. That's the Rambam. The Ramban says a different pshat. Now the Vayikra is Or Kitov is a separate pu'ula. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu put in the Or the koach hakiyum, because hayam min adin that something would exist, and then it should go back into non-existence. Vayikra is Or Kitov is a pu'ula, right? To give it kiyum. That should be, be nimshach. It's a separate pu'ula of, that's Vayikra Kitov, is right, to give it koach hakiyum. That should be mamshach. It should be letamid. That's right, no, so it's a separate pu'ula of giving it kiyum. That should be nimshach. Right? So now, so now, go at least, so lefi the Rambam, right? Lefi the Rambam, we have a good pshat, right? And what it means that Vayikra, is Lashon Chiba, Lashon Sheha Malachi Ashars Mishtamshim Bo, Shenemar V'Kora Zeh. Right? Because Malachim have to do what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. They don't have Bechira to do otherwise. Right? That they're Muchrachim B'Masam, and that's why they're called Malach. Their whole mitzvah is that they are Shluchim. They're Shluchim. And that's what it means that when Yaakov Avinu asked the Malach, right? Ma Shimcha said, Lama Zeh Tishal Shmi. So Rashi says, our names change from Shlichus to Shlichus. We don't have a shame. Because the whole Malach's Metzias is whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends him to do. That's his whole Metzias. And that's why Shmo HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mitzuraf Im Kol Malach V'Malach. There's always a remiss to Shem Hashem, like Michael, Gabriel. Right?
It's possible that they're always the exact same Malach.
Right, but they always have a new name because their shlichus is their whole mahus. They only do Ratzon Hashem. They only do Ratzon Hashem. They don't have their own mitzias and choose to do Ratzon Hashem. Their own mitzias is to be shluchim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what the word malach means. It means a shaliach, like Vayishachel Kav Malachim. Right? They're shluchim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And they do Ritzono mamish, and they don't have any other mitzias other than doing Ritzono.
You once said in a previous share that the whole thing that a person should be in this world should be sholet on the malachim. The malachim shouldn't be sholet on him, something like that.
Okay, yeah, because Am Yisrael's even higher. Yeah, right, but that's it. That so that so the Am Yisrael also is nimshal malachim. Kishigdimu Yisrael nasel and nishma. Yotza baskol mize shigilaz razel bonay shemalachei ashars mishtam shibo. Shenemar Baruch Hashem malachav gibor koch osei dvaro lishmoa b'kol dvaro. Do asiya before lishmiya, nasa before nishma. Am Yisrael is on that madreg of malachim also. That we just want to do Ratzon Hashem. That's why we said nasa before nishma. You don't even have to explain it to us. Ribarsha will do, and then you'll explain it to us. Okay, and and that's now we still have to understand, right? Why Sefer Vayikra is connected this madrega. Now, one could say simply because this chumash is also called Toras Kohanim, because the Kohanim do the avodah. This is the Sefer that talks about the halachas of the karbonos, right? And the Kohanim are nimshalim lemalachim. Shneimar ki sifsei kon yishru dat tzori vakshubil ki malach Hashem tzvakosu. Right, that the Kohanim are nimshalim lemalachim. Because they're mamish shluchim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Hanikari shluchei didan and shluchei de Rachmana. Right, they're our shluchim and they're shluchim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu also. Right, they so the Kohanim and this Toras Kohanim, right? That the Kohanim that are Mishoris are b'madregas malachim also. That's what it means. The Kohanim are zrizim, like malachim are zrizim, right? Okay, and then this is the madreg of Torah's Kohanim mitzad the avoda of kahuna.
So they're like a human malach.
That's right, right?
Which is why they have to be holy.
That's right. They have to be holy. They have to be tahor. Excellent, right? Correct,
Gadol is the top.
Right, and they have to be without a mum. Correct, me'achuz, right? But but then there's something else going with the Ramban's pshat, right? Going with the Ramban's pshat, right? That Vayikra Mesor Kitov is to give kiyum to the or. What gives us kiyum? Well, there's something else that we should think about. That Vayikra and Tzav, these parshas, they talk about chatos, they talk about ashamos, they talk about korbanos that we need for kapara, which seemingly talks about our failure. But on a deeper level, it talks about our kiyum, that we could always come back. We could always come back. We will never be obliterated. It's never lost. The korbanos are our kiyum. What does it say? In the Dayenu, they're going to say Leil HaSeder. It goes Kama Malsa Makam Aleinu, Ilo Tzir Mitzrayim Dayenu, but HaKadosh did even more for us. And HaKadosh did even more for us. And he did it, and this would have been Dayenu, but he did even more for us. And what's the highest Madrega? Ubana Lanu is Beis HaBchira, L'chaper Bo es Kol Avonoseinu. He builds Beis HaBchira, not L'hashros Shechina So Beinenu, but it's Beis HaBchira, L'chaper Kol Avonoseinu. The highest madrega of the biggest chesed HaKadosh did for us is that he gives us kapara. That that we don't put the emphasis on the Bona Beis Chil Lahashos Shchinas Beinenu, but Bona Beis Chil Lechaper Al Kol V'Noseinu, because that's the nitzchias of Am Yisrael's totally in that. That Am Yisrael has the opportunity of kapara. Right? Yeah, but I'm saying the ikar is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the ability that we could always get kapara, which that's our insurance policy. He'll never exchange us for another nation, and Am Yisrael will live forever. We could always get kapara, and even if that Bavra said Ucharav Beis Hamikdash, so we have the Torah. Like Chazal says, Zos Torah Sos, there's someone's Chayiv Ola should learn Hilchos Ola, someone's Chayiv Chatos should learn Hilchos Chatos, and that's as if he was Makriv. And we have Unasham of Parm Sfasenu, also we have the Koach of Tefillah, instead of Karbonis, right? We have the Kiyum, and that fits with the Ramban's Pshat. Vayikra Mesor Kitov is the Kiyum of the Or, right? Gives it Koach HaKiyum. Am Yisrael's Koach HaKiyum is the Karbonis, the Koach to get Kapara, right? Right? Now the Tzad HaShaveh, right? And that's another shot, Torah's Kohanim, and especially the parsha that opens up with, is, the korbanos of kapara, chatas, asham, all these things, right? That is as bad as it sounds, but you have to look at the other way around. We could always come back, and that's the sod of our kiyum. We could always get kapara. Because once HaKadosh Baruch Hu is kovea korbanos, even if you don't have korbanos, you can learn halachas at a korban, or you can have tefillah instead of the korban, and it taps into that power. No, of course not echte vasher, that you do it on purpose. It means, it means that when a person does genuine tshuva, there's always a way to come back. Because once HaKadosh Baruch Hu was metaking korbanos, you can always tap into that ikaron, always tap into that precedent, even bizman hazeh, when Bavra Seinu Charav HaBeis HaMikdash, it's not the same, but you could still tap into it. Right? And that's our kiyum. Right? Right? But the Tzad HaShaveh between these two pshatim, that of the Rambam and that of the Ramban, the pshat of the Rambam explaining more what the kesher is to Malachim, right? And the pshat of the Ramban that explains very nicely that the chatas, osham, kapora is kiyum. That HaKadosh didn't give these gifts to any other nation. A goy can't bring a chatas or an osham. A goy could be menadev in ola, but that's it. He doesn't have the other korbanos. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have the kapara of korbanos. That's special for Klai. So that's called the biggest smile HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us. But he also doesn't have the same type of tshuva either. Right? Yeah, but yeah.
So that's why Hashem is just big enough to keep him on straight and narrow.
Straight and narrow, but he doesn't have kapara. That's right. You can't fix, you can't change the world.
You can't
Right.
get to a higher level of spirituality like Yid.
Right. Okay. But the tzad hashav between these two pshatim is, where's one word that's the tzad hashaveh, right? In lahafnim, internalization, right? That the Torah becomes a part of you, like a malach for sure. That the tzivui of Hashem, he can't do anything except the tzivui of Hashem. It's not him and the tzivui. The tzivui is him and he is the tzivui, right? But also kapara. That means that we're always kashur to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Right? The fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us kapara is a similar dover that the Rebbe doesn't want the kesher between us and him to ever be broken. Right? Now, so there's a very interesting halacha, and this Reb Tzadok points out, mamash at the very beginning of the Tzidkas HaTzadik. Right? There's a very interesting halacha that there was in Pesach Mitzrayim that there wasn't in Pesach Doros. Right? In Pesach Mitzrayim there was a halacha of bechipazon. Right? There's no such halacha in Pesach Doros. In Pesach Doros, you don't have to eat bechipazon. When a person was all regal to do a korban Pesach in Yerushalayim, he did not have to have makelchem b'yerchem or matnechem chagurim. He could do it, relax. There's no, that was a special halacha for Pesach Mitzrayim. It's not halacha in Pesach Doros. So as far explained, Benem Reb Tzadok. Reb Tzadok says, listen, when you first enter Avodas Hashem, you got to do b'chipazon. Don't think, just run. Right? But after you're in it already, you have to be mafnim. You have to internalize it. And that was with Yishuv Hadas. If you're rushing, you don't have Yishuv Hadas. If you don't have Yishuv Hadas, it's not mitzvashev. Yishuv Hadas mitzvashev. It settles. It's not going to settle in you if you're b'chipazon. Chipazon is to get into it. It's just to get into it. Right? But once you're in it, fakir, you have to go slow. B'yishuv hadas, and that way it's mitzvashev. You do it b'chipazon, it's not mitzvashev. Right? And that's the difference between the original Chodesh Nissan of Am Yisrael B'Shana Rishona, where Yotze Mitzrayim b'chipazon. Ki b'chipazon Yatzasam Mitzrayim. What happened in the next year, second year? We're already in it. Binyan HaMishkan, which now we're reading now. That's why we don't say Tachanun. The first week and a half, of Nissan, because it was the Chanukah Sanesiim. And that's there because over there we're running. But now we're building a bias. We're being settled. We're home. We're not running. We're home. It's a Mishkan. We're being shochen. And the Shechir is being shochen betochenu. Right? That's how, so, and that's Sefer Vayikra. Sefer Vayikra is that now the or is becoming miyushav. V'alkim or kitov. He or Vayior, V'alkim or kitov. Now the or is becoming settled. The or is becoming settled. And Pesach Doros, the Pesach for all generations, as opposed to Pesach Mitzrayim, is about that the or should be settled. Right? We have to internalize lahafnim Yitzias Mitzrayim. Right? And that's why, Min HaShamayim, it works out that that Nissan for all generations after Yitzias Mitzrayim comes out during Sefer Vayikra, when the or is becoming settled. And that's what it means. Even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu always called to Moshe before he was Mitzavim, but we're only taught that lesson in Vayikra, because this is the time to teach it. Because the Vayikra, the Lashon Chiba, where there's this connection, and there's this internalization, and there's this Yishuv Hadas. During Sefer of Shmos, everyone's on the run, Chipazon. And that's why also they weren't settled. And that's why they were Nichshol Necheta Ego. They weren't Miyushav. They weren't settled. So even though they had Mamad Arsinah, but it wasn't Mitzvashev. It wasn't settled. It wasn't internalized. That's how even after Mamad Arsinah they could do Cheta Ego. But Sefer Vayikra is that it becomes settled. It's Miyushav. The Viral Kimisar Kitov is that the or gets settled, gets stabilized. And Pesach L'Doros is to be mafnim, to internalize Yitzias Mitzrayim.
So according to that, what's the whole minhag to read that Gad on Shabbos HaGadol?
What do you mean?
You're trying to internalize, you're trying to understand what's going on?
Because the Kabbalah B'Yadeinu is that the or of whatever's going to be chal during the week comes into the world on Shabbos. So it helps internalize.
The Shabbos one you're talking about
Right.
a couple months ago.
So that's the Indian. That's the Indian that the gili of the chiba that there is between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Am Yisrael. That it's something that's deep. It's something that's internal. It's something that's internalized. Right? That's the Indian of Sefer Vayikra. That's why over here is the proper place to teach us about the kriya. Loshen chiba wasn't just stam tzivui, but there's love there. Right? You can only feel the love, when you have Yishuv Adas. And Sefer Shmos, we're on the run. Am Yisrael's on the run. And because you're on the run, it's not miyushav. Not miyushav, that's why they even after Mamar said it could still be chote and cheta ego, because they weren't settled. As opposed to Bashana Shenis, right? Everything's now miyushav, right? And that's why in Shana Shenis there's Binyan HaMishkan. Now it's a V'shachanti, dwelling. It's mufnam, it is internalized. It's integrated. And that's the Sefer Vayikra. And that's the message for the Dor. Yetzias Sar not saying that happened by Yamim Ahem. Yetzias Sar has to be internalized. And that's the theme of Sefer Vayikra. It becomes, it's in you and it becomes a part of you. It's not something that happened to you. It's something that's a part of you. It's something that's in you. And you take it with you everywhere. And it gives you strength and hope wherever you are. Yes, Tzvi.
That's what someone said. He said that he asked, where are you going to be for Pesach?
Right.
He said, I'll be in Egypt.
Right.
He just needs to feel as if he's in Egypt.
Right. Liros is Atzmo. That's right.
Yeah,
That's correct.
So the Reform have a new way of doing it. They have a movie. And they all dress up a couple days before. They get a whole movie played, and then they watch it in the Seder.
Let's leave it bachutz. Hashem Yerachem, of course, we should help. Right, that the Or of Yetzias Mitzrayim will be, when we fully internalize it, and then the Or HaGula becomes a part of us, that's when we'll get out of goals. The Or HaGula is in there, it's out there already, but we just don't have it inside of us, and that's the problem. Every Pesach, where we internalize the Or HaGula a little bit more. When the Or HaGula is fully internalized in Am Yisrael, the Goyim won't be able to hold us in goals 1 second longer. Once that Or is mamish inside of us and a part of us, and that's the avod of Pesach L'Doros, to take the Or HaGula and make it a part of us. And that's the end of Sefer Vayikra. That the Oris of the Geula now become miyushav, and that's the sort of the nitzchias of Am Yisrael. That the Geula didn't happen to us in the past, but the Or of Geula becomes a part of us, and that's why we're always HaKadosh Baruch Hu's people, and that's why we could always come back no matter what we fell to, because those Oris are a part of us, and that happens to us in course of Sefer Vayikra, and that's the inyan, right? That Pesach L'Doros, Pesach Doros, comes out during Sefer Vayikra, in of Vayal Kimisokov, that the Or becomes stabilized and internalized. L'chaim.